Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Dear Miss, A Revolution in Print. And this new documentary comes from directors Cecilia Alderando, Alice Gu, and Salima Koroma. And these three filmmakers take us through the history of Ms. Magazine and its influence on feminism and women and the kinds of conversations that it drummed up and how it really reshaped women's perspectives and desires in the 70s and its impact throughout the years. And this documentary is releasing on Max. And over the course of this 2-hour film, it's pretty familiar in terms of its structure for a lot of documentaries, but it does really leverage some great archival footage that takes us back, and you get these interviews with these different women who are involved in the feminist movement from different perspectives and experiences. Obviously, Gloria Steinem is a big part of this experience, and the way that this film leverages its archival footage and its interviews really helps build this perspective. This film is very informative. It has a passion to it, but it also does not shy away from opening up discourse about feminism. I was afraid that this film was just going to be very basic in terms of its exploration in terms of the feminist movement, but it goes into some of the challenges and the internal fighting and the disconnect between different people and how they were involved in this movement. I think the most compelling discourse was all centered around erotica and pornography, and this film does not shy away from challenging the audience and exploring those kinds of things, because, to be frank, even in 2025, American society is still very prudish and uncomfortable talking about sex, and this goes back 50 years, and this perspective of feminists who felt like pornography is like the devil and is absolutely counterintuitive to feminism, and those who are involved in those industries and sex work and trying to show like, hey, we're taking ownership of our own bodies and taking this approach to things, and that's feminist. And I appreciate how this film navigates that conflict, that discourse, and makes you think a lot. And that's what I appreciate most about this film, is it makes you think. It makes you process. You see the evolution. You see the history of this magazine, but also the feminist movement, and how it's evolved over time, and how different people from differing perspectives and experiences struggle to come together. And to the point where, like, it was almost counterintuitive to their own movement with this pornography mission, because you would find themselves with these super conservatives wanting to ban pornography as well. And all of this is still extremely relevant today. And I think that's what's so powerful and also potentially frustrating about this film, is so much of what they talk about is still relevant today. And there's still plenty of people, plenty of men, that will be frustrated by the fact that, like, women want to go have their own lives, their own jobs, want to go to school, and all of these different kinds of paths. And it's not just, staying at home and taking care of the house and the family. And this documentary, with its great archival footage, its strong filmmaking and voice, is really able to create a discourse and an exploration of the feminist movement all through the lens of this magazine and how big of an impact it made through its covers and its stories, helping, normalize reporting sexual harassment, putting a term to it, and how that shaped women's experiences in the workplace and just in life in general. The impact of this magazine is expertly captured by this film, and I think it's important to take a step back and see this history. It's informative, it's well put together, it's well directed, and it creates conversation. And I think that's a sign of a very strong film, which this documentary is. But those are my thoughts on Dear Ms., A Revolution in Print. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.